Hi, I'm Betsi Bixby, President of Meridian Associates. For the past 2 decades, we've been helping petroleum marketers of all sizes and sectors, from super successful to struggling, gain more cash and profit in their businesses. Today's video is about how to get increased management control over your bottom line, something I think all owners want. This video is part of our Empower case study series. Whether you want to be an Empower customer or not, and quite frankly, we don't have enough room for everyone who applies, you will still get a lot out of this video because I am including strategic tips that you can implement right away. This video series will help you with your business, whether you become an exclusive Empower member or not. Watch today's tips. Today we're going to talk about how to get more bottom line results control using a case study. This particular marketer's territory, which used to have reasonably fat margins, was suddenly invaded by a low price bigger player. It had gotten to the point where he was having to juggle suppliers, late pay vendors, and his bankers were getting nervous from the cash stress and the overdrafts that they were seeing on a regular basis. His business was also seasonal, so that didn't help, and the low season stress was becoming even more severe. Add to that he had an old-fashioned accounting system, and while he knew his cash flow was stressed, he didn't find out the magnitude of the losses until weeks later. Way too late for any offensive action. Everything he was doing became defense and reaction. So despite all of these struggles, this marketer didn't want to throw in the towel and sell out to the new competitor who is now actually knocking at his door to buy him. What he really wanted in his heart of hearts was to fix the business and move what I would call a restored, healthy company, what he'd had in the past, onto his next generation. So here is what we did to restore profits and things that you can do right now in your business. And by the way, if you're experiencing record profits, as many of our clients are this year, with great margins, these techniques will boost your profit even further. And they'll keep you that way in case margins do get compressed. So tip number 1, do a thorough financial analysis using per gallon measurements and trends. Doing per gallon analysis on every expense line item is critical for your managed control. You can't get control with expenses as a percentage of sales, the CPA format and what most of the software does, when fuel prices are going all over the place. So what we discovered with this marketer was what we call expense creep, where lots of costs had creeped up when margins were fat. And it was a bad case amounting to almost 10 cents per gallon over a 3-year period. One leap in per gallon cost was payroll, and we discovered that this marketer was adding more and more family into the business. That brings me to tip number 2. Track all family-related expenses together, your payroll, your benefits, your cars, your fuel, etc., on a per gallon basis so you can keep track of what's happening. You want the control. So one of the first steps to recovery was to speed up the accounting and have the owner get timely per gallon information. With that info and with our coaching, he was able to cut his operating expenses by 6.8 cents per gallon within a 7-month period. So that was great. Got him in the black again. We also helped him realize that he needed to diversify with a stronger year-round profit center. He was able to implement that, and this year I am pleased to announce that his gross profit is up 28.9%, and his formerly low season months are now profitable. So that brings me to tip number 3. Look at monthly historical trends and get proactive about your low months. Don't keep going through that cycle, and we can give you great ideas on that. Now, the other thing that we had to do with this marketer was to get him some cash relief during this whole process. So what we did is we restructured his debt successfully with the use of a reputable loan broker. So that brought some real cash relief to him. So the net result with this Empower member is that his sizable losses, which had been running as much as 6 figures in a month, which was really scary to the small marketer, are now sizable profits, and we're in the midst of helping him achieve his dream of handing off his company to the next generation. You know, again, just the tips, the per gallon amount, apply the per gallon to the family, and then look at your low points on a per gallon basis. What are the trends? So what really made the difference for this marketer was engaging